Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video, I'd like to speak with you about ATA's truck tonnage index for April. But first, roll the intro. Welcome back. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like the video, be sure you subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday we're talking about something that could benefit you in your trucking businesses, in your trucking careers, as well as cover the loads we've successfully booked for our customers, consisting of leased and owner operators and carriers operating under their own MC authorities, running under our truck dispatch services. As always, guys, big thank you for all the likes you've provided in all the previous videos. Please do keep them coming. And let's talk about April's truck tonnage, which this is a big deal. We are coming into the closing days of May, and April's truck tonnage index was actually down for 14 months straight, according to ATA's data, the American Trucking Associations. Now, there are multiple different indices, and we've discussed these in previous videos. Some are looking at tonnage, some are looking at volume, some are looking at tender rates, rejection rates, different types of stuff. And this is another strong indicator of market momentum and where things are going for both the contract market as well as the for-hire market in the spot market. Now, what the ATA's truck tonnage index is it's a seasonally adjusted index that measures the amount of freight that's hauled by trucks in the United States. So it's a very important indicator, and we definitely always want that thing going up, and up. And as mentioned, it's been down for 14 consecutive months. Now, this basically means that we're looking at continued soft market. Okay. Market conditions will they're not looking up, at least not in the near term. All right, this means fewer loads and potentially lower rates for you guys. That's what it is at the end of the day. Now, today's loads are going to be a little bit different from what I'm talking about here, but I think it was a blip on a radar because of the DOT week and because of a lot of carriers choosing to stay home, not to get busted during the blitz that just finished up. Now, some of the reasons also on a more macro level would be the global economic factors that are going on right now. I mean, everything's in shambles. The markets are in shambles. The global economy, the U.S. economy, all sorts of stuff that's going on that is not going in our direction. Now, the other thing that I would say that's affecting this are changes to consumer spending habits. As mentioned in previous videos, the U.S. consumer, the American consumer, is very strong, but their spending habits are changing towards travel and experiences and service-based spending rather than product-based spending. So expect a potential decrease in revenue and certainly thinner margins, to say the least. I know this is not the news you guys want to hear, but we are going to show you some good freight in the next portion of the video, and I'm not going to leave you guys here without some practical strategies to be able to help you guys out. And these are pretty straightforward. Number one, cost optimization. Make sure that you are optimizing fully for best pricing. So fuel, insurance, factoring, dispatch services, any additional auxiliary service that you may be paying for. I'm not saying get rid of them. I'm just saying make sure that you're getting the best value for your buck. Do you need some of these services? Are there services you're paying for that you've completely forgotten that are just on auto pay? Review those things from time to time. Number two is going to be diversification. Too many of you guys are not willing to cover certain parts of the country. Some of you guys will not haul up to a certain or over a certain amount of weight. Some guys will not work with certain brokers. Others have other reasons. There's a multitude of reasons. So what I will say is try to diversify, try to be a bit more open-minded, try to run maybe some different market areas, some different types of freight, try some different weight, because you might be carrying a heavier load, but it might be actually going to a much better market rather than another load which is lighter, but it's going to cause problems when, upon delivery. So keep those things in mind. And finally, it's okay to get help. If you're not a good salesperson, if you don't have the time to negotiate rates handle paperwork, all this other stuff that goes into booking loads. If you're not getting the kind of rates that I'm going to show you in the next portion of this video, if you're maybe, you know, it's just, if you're not making this kind of money, guys, we'd love to be able to help you out. It's okay to get help. You can get that information by calling or texting the number on your screen or going to our website and filling out the appropriate box if you're a carrier or an owner operator. But more on that later. Guys, for now, I'd like to switch over the camera, look over the loads that we book for our customers. If you haven't done so, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and let us know what you feel about all this in the comment section below. What are you seeing in the markets? And for now, I'm going to switch over the camera and see you in just a moment. Welcome back. Let's take a look at some of these loads. Guys, this week we have vans and reefers. Everyone did really well. Some did exceptionally well. In fact, we're going to start with one exceptional individual, did very, very well. And I feel like I have to actually say this. These are real customers. These are real loads. These are real people. You could do the same thing. With a little bit of hard work and a little bit of luck, things work in your direction. You can be doing this as well. I'm going to start off with Michael in his regular dry van. Coming out of Whitehall, Ohio, with a 1-pick 2-dropper going to Columbia, South Carolina, and Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. 1-pick 2-drop, 41,000-pound load of flooring materials, 671 loaded miles, booked at $1,700. Got him $253 a loaded mile. Excellent job. Then Bentonville, South Carolina to Sandston, Virginia, with a 43,000-pound load of building materials, 273 miles. Booked at $1,100, got him $403 a loaded mile. Then Norfolk, Virginia, coming out to Jackson, Tennessee. It's a 41,000-pound load of miscellaneous products, or FAK. 840 loaded miles, booked at $1,650. Got him $1.96 on that one to move around. Switch to a different market. Actually, an excellent rate. Then what they did is a 3-pick 1-dropper coming out of Jackson, Tennessee. 0 deadhead there. Smyrna, Tennessee, and finally in Greenville, Tennessee for the pickups. 1 drop in Frederick, Maryland. It's a 39,000-pound load of dry groceries, 811 loaded miles, booked at $3,900. Got him $481 a loaded mile. Did an excellent job, Michael. Excellent job. So ended up actually doing really well. 7 days on the road. Every one of the drivers were on the road for 7 days. Friday to Friday. Ended up grossing, get this, $8,350 in today's market in a week on the road. Ran 2,595 loaded miles at an average of $322 per loaded mile average. An absolutely excellent rate. And for those of you asking questions about deadhead, only 172 deadhead miles in total. So an absolutely fantastic gross, a fantastic net, and great rates, everything. Michael did an excellent job. And we're going to move on to John in his reefer coming out of Garland, Texas. 1-pick 1-drop to Robert, Louisiana. It's a light load, 18,000 pounds of foodstuff. 469 loaded miles, booked at $1,364. Got him $291 a loaded mile there. Then Morton, Mississippi, with a 2-dropper to Seabrook, New Hampshire, and a final in Norwich, Connecticut. It's a 41,000-pound load of frozen food. Temperature was between 0 and -10 on the reefer. And it was 1,549 loaded miles, booked at $3,780. Got him $244 a loaded mile on a ton of miles. And then they finished off real strong. Coming out of Norton, Massachusetts, going with, looks like 4 drops to Cheshire, Connecticut, Schenectady, New York, Shodak Landing, New York, and a final in Baldwinsville, New York. So it's a 38,000-pound load of frozen meat, -10 on a reefer, continuous. There were some load boarding required on this. They got that taken care of. 461 loaded miles, booked at $1,550. Got him $336 loaded mile to finish that one off. 7 days on the road, just like everyone else. Ended up grossing $6,694 in his regular reefer. Ran 2,479 loaded miles, booked out at $270 a loaded mile. An excellent job for both John as well as the dispatcher on this one. Moving on to Tex, had a really, really good week. And it looks like next week's also planned out to be really good. You and Andy have definitely made a really good team there, Tex. Grand Marsh, Wisconsin to Fort Wayne, Indiana, 44,000-pound load of potatoes, 370 loaded miles, booked at $1,500. Got him $405 a loaded mile. Then South Bend, Indiana to Gainesville, Texas. Load of adhesives, 41,000 pounds, 978 loaded miles. Booked at $2,200, got him $225 on that one. Then Garland, Texas to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It's a 41.5 load of building materials, 1,288 loaded miles, booked at $3,000, got him $233 a loaded mile on that one. That was it. Wednesday to Wednesday, Tex ran, looks like 2,636 loaded miles, grossed $6,700 in his regular dry van. It is vented. It is vented now. Got that at 254 a loaded mile with only 165 miles a deadhead in total for the entire week. Absolutely excellent. So excellent job there, Tex. Way to go. Moving on to Milagres in his reefer coming out of Hammond, Indiana, going to Bel Air, Kansas. Very light load, 614 pounds, only one pallet of cleaning products, liquid soaps, towels, toilet paper, dispensers, things like that. 697 loaded miles booked at 1475. Obviously, the reefer stayed off on that one. It's 212 a loaded mile. Then Lyons, Kansas to Litchfield, Minnesota. It's a 42,000 pound load of cheese salt. 649 loaded miles booked at 1350, got him 208 a loaded mile. Then St. Cloud, Minnesota with 4 drops in St. Louis, Minnesota. It's a 38,000 pound load of fresh meat. There was no pork on that one. Temperature was set at 26 degrees. 624 loaded miles booked at 2,100 bucks, got him 337 a loaded mile. And they finished off at a Pontoon Beach, Illinois, going to Campton, Michigan. It's a load of sauces, 42,000 pounds, 506 loaded miles booked at 1,400 bucks, got them 277 a loaded mile. Excellent week for Milagres. Regular reefer, Friday to Friday, 7 days on the road, gross $6,325 in gross, ran 2,476 loaded miles. Got that booked at 255 a loaded mile average in today's market, and only 133 deadhead miles in total for the entire week. Excellent job, sir. Next, we got Helly. Helly's coming out in a reefer out of, looks like Wineland, New Jersey and Pittsgrove, New Jersey, with 2 drops going to Van Buren Township, Michigan, and Owatonna, Minnesota. So this is going to be a 30,000 pound load, golden green kiwi fruits, temperatures at 36 degrees, 1,266 loaded miles. Booked at 3720, got him 258 a loaded mile on that one. Then looks like Mendota Heights, Minnesota, going to Jacksonville, Florida. It's a 40,000 pound load of coffee. Temperature was at 34 to 38 on that one. It was protect from freeze and not freeze. 1,428 loaded miles booked at 2,900 bucks, got him 203 a loaded mile there. That took a week, Monday to Monday. Managed to grow 6,170 there. 6,170 for the week, ran 2,694 loaded miles at an average of 229 per loaded mile average. Again, excellent money, and only 61 deadhead miles in total. Did a fantastic job. And we're going to move on to Frank and his reefer coming out of Sioux City, Iowa, going to Royal Palm Beach, Florida, with a 42,000 pound load of food products. 1,677 loaded miles booked at 3,400 bucks, got him 203 a loaded mile. Then Miami, Florida, 1 pick 4 dropper going to Elgin, Illinois. Madison, Wisconsin, Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin, and a final in Alaska, Wisconsin, which is 40,000 pound load of plants for garden and patio, that kind of stuff. 1,751 loaded miles booked at 3,600 bucks. Got them 206 a loaded mile coming out of Miami, you guys, with 40,000 pound load. No big deal. Lots of miles, an excellent rate going in, good money. So very, very well done. Ended up grossing right on the dot, $7,000. In his reefer, 7,000 bucks, ran 3,428 loaded miles, got that an average of 204 loaded mile, and only ended up with 72 deadhead miles in total. So an excellent job there. And we're going to finish off with Mike in his dry van coming out of Dillon, Montana, going to Ocala, Florida, 42.5 on a load, truckload of hay, 2,425 loaded miles, booked at 4,100 bucks, got him $1.69 on that one to get out of there. Then Gainesville, Florida, coming out to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. 1 pick 1 drop, 42.5 load of watermelons, 530 loaded miles booked at 1,300 bucks, got him 245 a loaded mile. Finished off with Mooresville, North Carolina, going to Rome, New York, with a 40,500 pound load of bottles, 745 loaded miles booked at 2,000 bucks, got him 268 a loaded mile on that one. Did a great job. Again, week on the road, $7,400 in gross, 3,700 miles loaded on the dot, with an average rate of $2 a mile on its 3,700 miles, with only 97 deadhead miles out of that grand total. So an excellent job to everyone involved. Welcome back, and thanks for sticking around. Guys, as you can see, even during these difficult times, our dispatchers, because of their tenacity, because of their experience, because of their stick-to-itiveness, and because they know and actually care about the customers that they're working with on a daily basis, one-on-one. That's how we approach our customers, carriers and owner-operators. This is the reason that we can consistently bring in this type of money, run this efficiently with such limited deadhead, with such high rates. We get you guys the gross, we get you guys the miles, we get you guys the rates, and we take care of all of this with less headaches and take a lot of that back office work and a lot of that headache right off of your shoulder. So if you're ready to let someone else who specializes in taking care of customers like this during these types of market conditions, if you're looking for experience and you're willing to let go of the reins a little bit and work with your dispatcher one-on-one to do something different. You know, if you're not making this kind of money, you're doing something wrong. So let us help you out. You know, there's no risk in that or anything like that. If it's a good fit, we'll get this worked out. If not, it is what it is, and we'll part as friends. No big deal. If you have any questions whatsoever, drop us a comment in a comment box below. Send us a text message or give us a call at 801-448-6363. You can also get a ton of information on our website at aftdispatch.com. There'll be 2 boxes for carriers and owner-operators. Fill out the right one for you. We'll get in touch with you. We'll answer all your questions. And until next week, guys, stay healthy, be wealthy. Take care.